Either way, I hope you guys stick around till the end of this episode because this one really surprised me. So by the way, these are celebrities who are American that not necessarily come from an Arab country directly, but they're of Arab descent. So let's take a look. At number 10, we have Jenna Dewan Tatum. Now, Jenna Dewan Tatum, she is an American actress and a dancer, and she actually started her career as a backup dancer for Janet Jackson, who is the sister of the late Michael Jackson. And then later on, she worked with people like Pink, as well as Christina Aguilera, and also Missy Elliott. Now, number 9 brings us Wentworth Miller. Now, Wentworth Miller was born in the UK, and he's probably best known for playing Michael Scofield in the TV show Prison Break. Yeah, one of my all-time favorites. He has a very recognizable face in Hollywood, but not just in Hollywood, all around the world, everybody knows Wentworth Miller. But did you know that his dad is part African American and Jamaican, and his mother is part Syrian and Lebanese? Most people thought he was just straight white. Next up on the list is Salma Hayek. Now, who doesn't know Salma Hayek, right? Well, if you don't know her, now you're gonna know her. Salma Hayek is often associated with her Mexican ancestry. However, she is also of Lebanese descent. So yes, she's of both Lebanese and Mexican descent. Ever since the year 1989, Salma Hayek has starred in many films, including Frida, very good movie, Grown Ups 2, and many others. She's also an advocate for victims of domestic abuse, as well as immigration rights, and also she's a voice for refugees. Candy Lightner comes in at number 7. She's probably the least known name on this list, but Candy Lightner, she was the founder of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, better known as MAD. She started this organization after her 13-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driver on May 3rd, 1980. Now, the sentence that was given to the repeat offender of driving while intoxicated really got her so angry, and she had to do something about it. And today, MAD has grown into the largest crime victims assistance organization in the entire world, with more than 3 million members and supporters for the organization. But yeah, the founder, she's of Arab descent as well. This may or may not come as a surprise, but Paula Abdul, she's best known for being the former host of American Idol, a widely successful talent show that has had many different spin-offs, as well as she's been on the X Factor and also So You Think You Can Dance. But not many people know that she actually had a very successful singing career. She had 2 #1 albums as well as 6 #1 singles, and she also has a Grammy Award, and also her worldwide album sales exceed over 30 million records. So we just looked at 5 Americans who are surprisingly Arab. We've reached halfway in this episode. We got 5 more to go. If this video has been blowing your mind so far, be sure to leave a like on this episode, as well as hit that subscribe button and ring that bell if this is your first time here to the channel. We post videos like this daily, but also we talk about topics like countries, culture, religion. Sometimes we even dabble into the military. So if any of those topics interest you, stick around here on FTD Facts to keep on learning something every single day. The American at number 5 is Vince Vaughn. Now, he's a famous actor, producer, comedian, and a screenwriter. Vince Vaughn's paternal grandmother is of Lebanese descent, and he has a mixed background that has its roots in Holland, England, Italy, Ireland, German, Scotland, and even Switzerland. So he's kind of a mix of pretty much everything. I think we all kind of are anyways. But yeah, many people don't associate him with being of Arab descent, but he clearly is. Number 4 brings us Andre Agassi. Now, he's a former tennis world champion, and Andre Agassi is of Arab descent through his father's side, who was a former Olympic boxer for Iran, as well as he came from Armenian and Assyrian heritage. Shakira comes in at number 3. Now, while she's most famous for her Colombian roots, the gorgeous Shakira, she's also of Lebanese descent. Her Lebanese parental grandparents immigrated to New York City in the United States, and a lot of her influences are from Arabic belly dancing as well as the doumbek drum. So that explains a combination of Colombian and Arab. Number 2 is Ariana Grande. Now, not many people know this, but back in 2014, Ariana Grande, she posted on her Facebook page and she said this: "Just found out my grandparents are heavily Greek and part North African. I thought I was Italian. Who am I?" It appears that she took one of those genetic tests, where you can trace your ancestry through your DNA. And she found out that a lot of her genetic heritage comes from Algeria or Morocco. And those countries, of course, are predominantly Arab countries. And finally, number one in this episode is the Apple founder, Steve Jobs. You're probably watching this on an iPhone or an iPad probably, or even a Mac laptop. This guy, Steve Jobs, invented all those devices. Now, the Apple founder, as well as the innovative genius, he was born to Abdul Fattah Jadali, who was a Syrian Muslim, and his mother was Joanne Schiebel, whose parents objected to her relationship with a Muslim. But either way, they gave birth to Steve Jobs, but then he was adopted as a baby by Paul and Clara Jobs. But no, the late Apple founder Steve Jobs is of Arab descent. Alright guys, so